So many of us have a really screwed up view on what financial security really is. And this view is really harming your way of life. This is Gary Lamb signing on, and I wanted to come to you guys today and do a video to try to help you guys change the way you think about money, finances, wealth, and riches, because this topic plagues Americans tremendously, and very few people talk about it. Very few people think about it. And it's unfortunate because you base your life, you base your quality of life on these factors, and they're distorted at best. Most of us think we have to be rich to be happy. Most of us think that we have to be financially well off to be happy, which what we really do need is wealth. We don't need to be financially well off to be happy. We don't need to be rich to be happy. We don't need flashy cars and shiny things and big old expensive watches and huge old houses on a hill. We don't need all that to be happy. I've watched or seen people who live off of $5 a day, and they have a better quality in life than we do in this country, because of the way they think of life, the way they think of financial freedom, financial security, wealth. They look at it in such a different way, and they live way better than us, even though they live way worse than we do. They don't have running water or electricity or entertainment the way we have. They don't have the internet just at the click of a button like we do. However, they live way better than us. They suffer from way less depression. They have a much more quality of life. Their relationships last a lot longer. Their divorce rate is extremely low. I mean, all these factors said something to me. Like, what the hell are they doing that we're not? And bottom line is that their sense of quality of life is way different from ours. They don't look at life the way we do. And our life is based on what the hell we have. So today, let's go ahead and drill right into this, because most of you think that you need all this money to be happy, and that's not the case. It's just not. All right. Would I like to be rich? Absolutely. I would love to be rich and go in the mall and buy whatever the hell I want, not to have to think in my head and calculate how much money I have in my bank account before I make a purchase. Of course I would love to do that. Who wouldn't? But does that mean my life sucks because I can't get that $1,500 watch? No. It just means I got to get a $100 watch. I mean, they're cute. They do the same thing as tell time. See, this is what really gets me when it comes down to Americans. We look at what is expensive and we associate that with quality. We associate that with prestige, and we associate that with status. And truth be told, all it is a money hog. All it is a money dump. You're dumping money onto something where you can easily get something just as good that does exactly the same thing for a lot less. For example, a person that will go and buy a brand new $120,000 car will not get to his place faster, easier, or smoother than anyone else who bought a $40,000 car. They just won't. Now, you'll say, well, the quality of the ride is better, the transmission is better, the engineering is better, and all this other stuff. Who gives a rat's ass if you feel the bumps a little bit more? You're driving. You're driving to where you're going. So who gives a damn if you get there in a Rolls Royce or you get there in a Honda? Who cares? Who cares other than you? You see, we live in this world to try and impress its people. And I heard a pastor say this. He said, let me tell you something. You don't impress anybody but yourself. So stop trying to impress people. If you're doing it for yourself, that's one thing. But if you're doing it to get prestige from someone else, you're crazy. Because that prestige that bill will keep coming in long after that car no longer bring you that prestige that you was once looking for. All right? So change the way you think about purchasing items and why you will purchase a certain item over another item. Change the way you think of financial security. Okay? Let me tell you something about financial security that people don't understand. Financial security is, simply put, wealth. That's really all it is wealth. Now, what is wealth? Wealth is not having $1,000,000 in the bank. Wealth is bringing in more than what you put out without the use of a job. That's wealth. Now, many of us think that we can't do it without a job because we've been taught ever since we was kids that you have to get a high paying job in order to be successful, and that's just not the case. That's not. People are showing that every day throughout this country in this economic disaster. They're showing that you don't need a job to get through, and they're developing businesses. They're investing in money. They're bringing in income that's not traditional. They're showing that you can do this without a job. So if you learn how to bring in money without a job, and you bring in more than what you put out, or more than what you have to give out, you're wealthy. That's wealth, people. All right? So what are the basic things that you need? And I have a little list here. What are the basic things that you desperately need? You need housing, right? You need transportation. You need food. Basic entertainment you don't really need, but we get lazy and bored very fast, so I threw that in there. Same with yearly vacations, communication, and energy. Okay, these are the things that we need. All right, we need this basic stuff to have a quality life. Most of us think we need all this extra stuff, which we do not need. This is what we need to have a quality life. Okay, if you got clothes for a long enough time before you have to get clothes. So I don't know. That's why I didn't put any clothes in there. But this is what you need. All right. So think about what you think you need to be wealthy, and think about what you need to survive. And you'll realize that those numbers are way, way different from one another. They're way different. You may think in your head right now that you need about $10,000 a month to be wealthy. Well, I just told you what wealth is. It is making more or having more come in than you're putting out. That's wealthy. Okay? So if you have, let's say, you know what, I did a spreadsheet. So let me just go ahead and show you what my basic stuff is. Housing costs $1,500 for me. My transportation costs about $700. Quality food is about $500 a month. It's a little bit more probably than the last time I checked, because I haven't checked my financials in the last 3 months because I just didn't. But it's probably a little bit more than that. But that's about the same amount. Basic entertainment is about $200. Yearly vacations, that's about $300 a month. This is all monthly, by the way, so you guys can understand what I'm saying. So vacations usually break up to be like about $3,600 a year to enjoy stuff, and you can actually put that in basic entertainment if you want to. It's up to you. Communications about $100. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a typo. Basic communication is actually it's more close to $300. I don't know why I said that, because my internet and stuff like that, it's about $300. Energy is about $600 a month. And my total bill for the month to be wealthy is to make over $4,100. If I make $4,100 a month, I'm wealthy. All my bills are paid. I have extra money from here and here. If something goes wrong, I can dip into the entertainment and money. I can dip into the yearly vacation money, and I'll be able to do what I have to do. This number is way smaller than this number. Don't you agree? This number is much more bigger. See? It's almost 6 times bigger than the number that I really need to survive. If you think you need $10,000 to survive and be happy and be comfortable, and you do you just do this little analysis of what you really need, you'll be able to hit your goal a lot sooner. This is my goal, or at least it was my goal about a year ago, to have enough investments, enough businesses, enough websites, enough money coming in to make that. And if I can get to this number, I no longer have to work. My wife no longer has to work. And we no longer have to struggle and worry about money. Now that I have this one, nope, that's messing up here. As long as I have this number here, I can now worry about, or focus, I should say, because I'm not worrying. I can focus on getting this number. And then I can focus on getting an even bigger number, which is 100,000 or 200,000 or whatever. But as long as this number is coming in consistently, I have no worries. That's wealth, guys. That's quality of life. Being able to take care of your responsibilities as an American, as an adult, and not worry about if I'm gonna lose my job, if my car breaks down, if something drastically happened that I'm not ready for or prepared for. That is wealth. It's much easier to get this number when you're not worrying about this number. It's much easier to build this number when you have this number constantly coming in. It's much easier to go after this number and to do the things that you want to do when you're never ever looking to think about this number. See, this is wealth, people. Stop running around saying that you're broke. Stop running around being upset because you don't have a dime in your pocket. Stop running around being angry because you have a 0.00 in your bank account. As long as all these are paid, as long as this is what came in for the month and these were paid that month, don't worry about a big donut of a zero. It's unfortunate that we look at this number right here a lot more than we look at this number right here. So what? You have a zero balance in your bank account. Is are your bills paid? If your answer is yes, then you should be happy. So what? You're not making $10,000 a month. Are all your bills paid? Then you should be happy. So what? That business didn't make the money that you thought you was going to make. Maybe you only made 10% of what you thought you was going to make. Who gives a damn? As long as this bill is paid. And a lot of you guys are saying, well, Gary, that bill is not paid. That's my problem. I am broke. I don't have any income. I don't have a job. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. I understand your frustration. I understand that frustration. But stop looking at this number. Start looking at this number. Okay, I'm struggling right now. I don't have any money coming in. I just lost my job. Unemployment is about to run out, or it already has run out. I might have to move out of my house because I just can't afford the rent. I can't afford the bills. What am I going to do now? Well, here's the thing. You can't avoid the inevitable. You can't avoid getting kicked out if you just don't have enough time. If you're about to get evicted and you only have 2 more months to go before you're getting kicked out of your house, then all you have is 2 months. Stop worrying about it. Start focusing on your future. How do I make my future better? What is it that I need to do to make my future better? You see, we are resilient when it comes down to survival. We all are. We have that in us. We are going to figure something out, whether we have to move in with a friend or a family member, whether we have to borrow money from a friend or family member, whether we have to go out and get a loan if your credit's still up to par. Whatever you have to do to make these numbers paid by the end of a certain amount of time, which doesn't mean that you have to do it in 5 days. It can be 6 months or a year. It took me 2 years to build this. So if it takes you 2 years to get to this, that's residually coming in, whether you work or not, then so be it. It's way better than the alternative, going back to get another job just to work for 5 years, just to lose it and get back in the same current situation. The job is not going to work for you guys. I'm sorry, it's not. They're proving that every day. All you have to do is learn what it takes to get these numbers coming in, whether it's online or offline, whether it's business opportunities, internet marketing, affiliate marketing, whether it's going to get a trade, learning how to turn yourself into a money marketing account. And what I mean by that is not a money market account, excuse me, turning yourself into a bank by getting some insurance where you can actually borrow off that money and actually use that to pay your bills and then pay yourself back off of the residual the income that you're already getting. Whatever it is to get yourself to this point, do it. Invest your money into something like a mutual insurance company or something, and turn yourself into a bank. Get online and start learning how to blog. Get online, start learning how to market. Start learning how to do YouTube videos. Start learning how to do offline marketing. Getting into newspaper ads, banner ads, bus depots where you put, you get the advertisement. But whatever it is that's going to get you this residual income coming in, do it. Do it. This is not hard. It just seems hard because you was never taught the way to do this. You was never learnt or told how to do this. You was told how to do one thing, and that is how to work for someone else. And that's why it makes it so difficult for us, because we don't know how to do anything else. But we're realizing we have to learn it. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's a lie. You can't. As long as the dog is willing to learn. So, hopefully it's helped you guys out. Hopefully it's changed the way you think of finances. Hopefully it's changed the way you look at finances. And it's put you in a position where you can actually make a better decision with your current financial situation. And you put yourself in a better mindset. Give yourself a more quality mindset. And start thinking outside of the box. This is Gary Lamb signing off. You guys have a good one.